Welcome, everybody, to tonight's show. As you can see here, I'm talking about love. It's Valentine's Day tomorrow. We're talking about love. We're talking about hate. We're talking about, well, what the heck? Fat Tuesday, too. Right after the intro. Yeah. It's Valentine's Day tomorrow. Are you, do you got big plans? Are you in love? Is there big plans on the horizon for you? Or are you going to be in segment 2 tonight? I said hate, but it's really not hate. But I want to talk about love. What does love mean to you? I wrote about this in the email this morning that I send out, and if you do not get those emails, you just don't know what you're missing, do you? Danny can tell you, Amber can tell you. But I wrote about love this morning, and there's love of your job, your career, there's love of your family, and then there's love of you. And out of the two, I'm gonna say it's right generally in that order. Out of those three things. Two. Did I say two? Out of those three things, your career, your family, and you are probably the one that get neglected the most. Yeah, we usually spend more time in our career during our lifetime. Now we do. We spend more time at our career and with the people that we work with than our families and ourselves. And usually ourselves, and it should actually be in the opposite order of that. If we really love ourselves, everything else gets even better. So if you look at the, hate to say it, but the top 2% in the United States, and I can only speak for the United States. If you look at the top 2% of the people in the United States, they actually go the opposite route. They make their whole lifestyle is around themselves first, their family is next, and then their career or what they do at that moment in time is third. So the rest of us generally do, the other 98% do it in the opposite. We spend more time at work, we spend a little bit less time with the family, and then neglect ourselves totally altogether. We don't work out. We don't get up in the morning. We don't work out. We don't look at ourselves, and that's the exercise I gave today in the email. Is really look at yourself in the mirror and just say I love you. It's one of the toughest things. It's called the mirror exercise because you're looking at yourself in the mirror, and it's one of the toughest things to do because the first time you do it, you feel uncomfortable. You feel like it's not supposed to be that way. You feel, at least I did, I felt uncomfortable. I felt like, oh my gosh, I'm staring at myself. Oh, I feel a little weird. I'm supposed to, but if we did that and got very comfortable with that, the rest of the things are actually going to be built out of the love that you have for yourself. Now think about that. Does that just is a big revelation for a lot of people. You're taking what the concept of we're not supposed to love, we're not supposed to look ourselves in the mirror. We're not supposed to love ourselves. We're supposed to put our family and our career before ourselves, right? And a lot of people do that, and a lot of people end up with heart attacks, poor health, they go down that wrong road. They go down that negative road. And just think of if you reversed all those things, what a great life you probably will build for yourself. It's amazing how just a simple twist of that is going to really make such a huge effect on yourself first, your attitude, huge, your happiness, huge. I shouldn't use that word anymore, right? But it's gonna get it's gonna you're gonna focus on yourself and on love, and out of that the love comes out of you, and then it puts into all the other places. So all of a sudden your career is something that you really love to do. Oh, Danny says you're exactly right. The aha moment. Put that on Twitter. Put that out there. But it's true. If you do the exact opposite of what you're doing right now, and the focus isn't on how am I going to pay for my rent, I'm going to go to this job, I'm going to do that. If you just focus on the love of you, the love is going to come out of you, and it's going to attract more of that to you. You're going to have the career that you love. You're going to have the family is going to react to you differently. Everything falls into place. It's just incredible. And it's not that I invented the wheel on this. If you just study how the other 2% work, live, attitude, leadership, family, all that good stuff. If you look at that, that's how they do it. They put themselves in and it's not ego. They just put themselves in the top rank. They care about themselves first. They make sure that they love themselves, and you at first it feels, when you do that mirror exercise, at first it feels, at least for me, it felt uncomfortable because of I'm told not to let the ego slip in there, and this should be, oh, that must be the ego talking. That's my ego talking. I'm like, oh, hey, I love you. Hey, it's not that way. It's just transferring that true essence of love that's heart to heart. And when you do that, ooh, almost pounded on the table here. Sorry about that. I got very passionate. But when you love yourself genuinely, that's when the magic happens, that it goes down through everything else. If you just start doing that exercise, and Danny, you can do that. You can do it with your kids if you wanted to. But if you did that yourself, you and Olivia could stand in front of that mirror and just look yourself in the eye and just say that, hey, I love you. And it's amazing that over time, it feels uncomfortable at first. It takes it like anything. It's like going to the gym and working out for the first day. It feels uncomfortable. It feels really weird. Maybe I just want to say I'm not going to do this anymore. But then you can turn that around, and if you continue through with it, I will guarantee you, if you continue through with it for at least a month, amazing things will open up. Because you just start feeling it more and more, and the genuineness of that love comes out, and it attracts more to you. All of a sudden, that special place opens up that you want to rent or buy or purchase. The people, that job opportunities, all that good stuff is more attracted to you. It could be clients, patients, customers, more that comes to you just because, and it's so true. It's just because of the love that you have for yourself. And if you don't believe this, I'm going to just put it to you this way. Have you ever been in a store, any place out in public, and you just kind of see somebody from a distance or away from you, and you just kind of go, man, they have something about them. I just want to go over and say hi. There's just something about them. It's not that you're attracted to them sexually or something of that sort, but it's just that they have that charismatic feel to them. It's like people are just drawn to them. And that's the same thing. And it's not ego. It's not John Travolta in Saturday Night Fever. It's just that you're exuding. Did I say that? It's that you're pouring out love from your heart center. And it's just that it's there, and it's just overflowing. Your cup is overflowing, like coffee in the morning, Danny. Your cup is overflowing, and it's just going to attract more and more to you. The problem usually arises where you focus. And the focus is what I want to talk about next. When you focus in on the bad times, you focus about the things that have gone wrong. You focus on the negativity, and then what happens is the opposite of what I just talked about. And I put that graphic up there because it was a great one. Game over. How many times have we had heartache? Some are going through heartache right now. They are watching this. It's amazing how you really, everything that you put out into the world comes back to you. So if you walk around and I have, excuse me, I had a little itchy nose there. When you're out and about in this great world of ours, and I watch and I have friends that are on Facebook friends, that every so often you can tell that all of a sudden they had a breakup or something happened, and they're if they're female, they're bashing men. They're bad. All men are bad, and all things. You group everybody together. We stereotype people together. Of course, in the big picture, probably within 6 months or at least a year, usually within 6 months, all of a sudden the terminology goes from bashing to, oh my gosh, I met the greatest guy in the world. And he may be the greatest guy in the world, or the opposite. It could be a guy and it's like, I've met this great woman, it could be that way also. But all of a sudden they go from hating everybody to that, and just keeping it, everything happens for a reason. We have to experience negativity to enjoy a smile and happiness. So you have to have those, the yin and the yang, to happen to appreciate the other side. We really can't appreciate how genuine and uplifting just a smile is if you don't know what sadness is. And so we need to have some sadness in our lives, and it teaches us a lesson, and it teaches us also what we don't want, so that now we can get closer to what we do want. And it happens, and I'm going into extremes because of Valentine's Day. I'm talking about love and couples and things of that sort. But it can also be just in friendships, in families, along the line too, where do you plague on the negative, or do you know that eventually that's all gonna, it's all gonna be water underneath the bridge, however you want to term it. And we're going to go on and we're going to get back to our love center. We're going to get back to our loving place. Our loving place. My dad's watching. He just turned the channel is what he did. But yeah, that it's going to get back to it. It's going to get better. It's going to be in a better place. You're going to be in a better place. And you can move back to where we were talking about just in the earlier segment. But don't plague on the negativity, on the hate. It's easy to. You're looking for a reason. But I'm going to tell you this much. If there was a reason, it was always there. The reason was always there. You just didn't see it. And all of a sudden it just bubbled to the top enough that you saw it, you acknowledged it, and then that's what put it into game over. But it was always there. It was always underneath the surface. You just chose not to see it. So in the next relationship, as you go down the road, just keep that in mind. If things aren't quite right, just see you later. Here's my priorities. I am my priority. Me, having love for me. And if you love yourself, everything else blossoms and blooms, right? So that's what I want you to keep in the back of your mind as you're going through this. Big factoid I wrote down on here for this segment, up to 47% of everyday behavior is habitual, which means this is a habit. Almost 50% of what we do on a daily basis is habitual. It's a habit. We just automatically do it. Habits are something we breathe, we walk, we get up in the morning and we go pee. Is it? I can say that, right? It's before 9 o'clock, but I think I can say that. But I won't say it twice. But you do that. You just go up. It's a habit. You do it. And so think of almost 50% of what we do on a day is a habit. Total. Danny says a total creature of habit. Yeah. We get up in the morning. We do our morning routine, and all of those are habits. Try tomorrow morning. Try to if you take a shower, like I usually shower, shave, and then brush my teeth. If I did that in the opposite order, it would make I'd have to think. Oh my gosh, I'd have to think what I was doing. But that's not a bad thing. So try changing it up once in a while. It kind of makes your brain start working instead of slowly kind of not using your brain. But almost 50% of what we do is a habit. It's habitual. And so think of it as far as in relationships too. So that means 50% of what we're doing is just by habit. So try to break that a little bit, break the stride from now and then. Try to create a different habit. Whatever it is, what in the morning, whatever it is, with your loved one, your family, even at work. Try to get out of doing just things habitually, and you're going to create a little bit more love involved there, because it's going to be not just like the same old every day. And plus, you're going to get way more excited at work. You're going to get way more excited with your family. You're going to get way more excited for yourself. And that's just going to be something that's going to really, 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 really make you happy. 'Cause I'm happy. I won't sing anymore. No more Scorpios. I'm not sure what that means, Danny. No more Scorpios. Okay. Oh, someone is a Scorpio. Did I say that out loud? I'm sorry. Is that your habit? Huh? Is that what your habit is? But think of that. Like, change it up. And when you get into and that's really the spice of all relationships too. Don't get into and all relationships, friendships, all that good stuff. Don't get into just habits. Don't get into 50% of that relationship. 50% of what you're doing right now is always going to be a habit. 47%, but I mean that's almost 50%. I'm just going to round it up. So if you're doing things just by habit, that's like if you go. Sorry, Danny. But don't just shake it up. Do it different. If you go to a certain hangout place, try a different hangout place, or bar, establishment, whatever you want to call them. I don't know. I haven't been in them in years. But do things differently. Shake it up a little bit, and then you'll keep that energy going. Because once you get into a habit, your energy goes down. And you want to keep that energy up. So if you want to keep your energy up, you do things differently. You make the neurons fire inside your brain because you have to think to do it, so it changes up a little bit. So when you're in those relationships, it doesn't have to be game over all the time. It might just be, change of game. We're going to change it up. That could be total changeover. Definitely could be a total changeover. Or it can be that you just got to change it up over, consistently keep things spiced up and change it up that way. So there you go. So try not to keep with habits. Some habits aren't bad, but simple ones with friends, family, career, change it up a little bit. So go with the first one. Love yourself. Work on that mirror exercise. Try it. It is a little freaky when you first start doing it, because it's like we just feel like we're not supposed to be telling ourselves that we love ourselves. So it is a little freaky to begin with, but change it up a little bit, and you don't get into the habit of Don't get into the habit of the boredom and the same old, same old. Okay, so we're done with all that. Now I just want to talk about party. Party. Woo, 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 woo. There you go. So it's Mardi Gras, last day of Mardi Gras, Fat Tuesday. I hope you ate a lot of good stuff, if that's what you're into. A lot of food that you're not supposed to be eating and all that good stuff, right? For the rest of Lent or whatever, if you do that, I don't know. But how are you going to party? And there's an overrunning theme here if you haven't caught it. So how are you going to party this whole rest of this week? We got Valentine's Day tomorrow. And make it a party. If it's you and your kids, then have a party. Have a Valentine's party. Give each other a Valentine. Tell each other how much you love each other, and go out to eat or do whatever, whatever it is. Get a heart-shaped pizza, whatever it is. Doesn't have to cost a lot of money to do that. But if it's you and your loved one, then just celebrate. Even if it's just staying home and being a little bit cozier. You don't necessarily, and Ember and I are a good example of that. We don't wait till Valentine's Day. We don't wait till Christmas to give each other presents or birthdays or something of that sort. When those days come around, when the holidays come around for us, it's almost like another day in our household. We don't wait until then to buy each other things or tell each other we love each other and that. We don't wait until those times. So Valentine's is a great way to remind. It's a good reminder, just like Christmas is a good reminder of family and all of that good stuff, relationships and that. And this is a good time of year. Like tonight is a great time of year for, Danny says it's girls weekend. Uh-oh. We're breaking into a gift card. Mani Petties. Oh boy. So yeah, there you go. Celebrate. Have a great girls weekend. That's awesome. That is just awesome. But celebrate. Go out there, party, have fun. Be safe, but have fun. And like tonight is a big night of Fat Tuesday. I don't even know if people really do any of that stuff anymore, but I'm sure someone does. But you just get out there and enjoy, celebrate. Every day should be a celebration. We're alive, we're breathing, we're just give some gratitude and party a little bit. If not inside yourself, just say thanks. Because it's great. We're here. We're alive. We didn't get into a car accident today. We got home safely. We're enjoying our families together. We're having all of the good festivities that you need to. So it's just a wonderful thing to do. So make sure that you celebrate a little bit, whether it's with your family, whether with friends. I mean, you can go out with friends tonight. You can go with friends tomorrow night and celebrate Valentine's Day, even if, I read a whole blog that a person wrote about how people get so sad during this time of year. If you're single, it just makes you feel more sad and all of that. And then there's probably a good portion, because 50% of marriages end up in divorce. There's probably about 50% of the marriages out there that are like going, oh my gosh, I wish I was single like that person over there sitting at the table by themselves and I didn't have to be here with this person. So the grass is always greener. Don't worry about that. Just really relish what you have at this moment in time. So whether it's your family, celebrate with them. I know a gentleman that I know didn't take his Christmas tree down. So he recently lost his wife last year. And so what he did to celebrate with his grandkids and that is he invited them over this last weekend and they all sat around and made hearts and Valentines and they wrote Valentines to each other and they hung them up on the Christmas tree. So that was pretty cool. It really made his holiday a little bit better, because otherwise he probably was missing his wife at that point in time. So it was a great idea that he came up with, and so his grandkids were over there, and that was just a wonderful thing. So there's different ways that you can invent ways to be happy. And when you're happy, you exude love outward, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful thing, because as more love comes out of you and pours out over your heart center, you're going to attract more to you, whether it's with your career or your family or yourself. So there you go. That's your whole... It was worth not having a show last week, wasn't it? But it's just great. Yeah, go get the mani-pedis, Danny. And is Evie going with you? What is it, a bunch of friends going? But that's great. Go out and get your mani-pedis this weekend. Enjoy. Should be good weather here in Wisconsin. A little bit chilly, but typical for Wisconsin. We're used to this. But enjoy all of that and celebrate. And you'll be amazed at, when you do that, you'll be amazed at how much comes back to you over time. So that's all I got to say. And I hope you enjoyed tonight's show. Make sure you tell your friends, tell your family. We're back here next Tuesday, 6:30. Same bad channel, same bad time. But you and your girl. It's so cool. That's even better. That's even better. You can't break those mom-daughter bonding moments. I only hear about them. But yeah, get out there, enjoy the rest of this week. Enjoy the people, enjoy your family, and just work on loving yourself, and it'll all spill over into the rest of the world for you. I guarantee it. Well, enjoy, and we will see you next week. Tell your friends, your family, your enemies. We'll be back here at 6:30 next week, and if not, we'll see you the week after, the week after that, or week after that. I'm back here 6:30 every Tuesday. Enjoy. Have a great week. Bye-bye. If you like this video, like my Facebook page or subscribe to my YouTube channel, or find everything at davestelma.com.